Hello everyone, this is Judith, Twin Flame Essentials with another video. We are talking about your twin flame journey, about your twin flame union. Yeah, and today I pulled 3 cards here from my animal deck. It's a German deck, but I think we can see the animals and I will translate everything in a minute. And 2 cards with questions. Maybe you already know them from other videos. This is just to start a conversation with people. It's a little game, but I use those as clarifiers, right? So I read the cards to you. First we have the spider and it says power of creation. The dolphin, love of life. And the fox, self-awareness or self-consciousness. Yeah, so and for the questions we have 2 cards that one comes after the other. That's what I found interesting, right? 25, and then it goes on with 2020 to 226. Yeah. So, ever had an unexpected windfall? Have you been the recipient of a random act of kindness? What would you like written on your tombstone? Do you remember your first date? Where did you go? The best present you've ever given or received? When you are alone, what do you do that you're glad no one sees? Yeah, so I'm not drawn to all questions. Let's see what comes up. But the first thing that stands out to me is the tombstone, right? What would you like written on your tombstone? And the first date. Do you remember your first date? This is of course with the twin. And when you're alone, what do you do that you are glad no one sees? And this is together with the other cards is talking about separation, right? Separation consciousness, because it triggers, I can feel like, right, together with love of life, power of creation, self-awareness, like the animals. And I think this is why Spirit chose the animal deck today. The animals are not separate in that kind. They're like most of the time, right? Where they're also, of course, animals, but that are distorted and that live in a kind of separation consciousness because they have experienced big trauma. That's something different. But when we look at animals, and this card is talking about this, to me at least, because when you have a closer look, then you can see that those dolphins are out in the wild, and then they did some kind of Photoshop and inserted this animal, which is, this dolphin is clearly in a pool. So this dolphin is a prisoner, whereas those are out in the wild, right? So it is that we are separate from our love of life. We are separate from being creators, right? And creating beautiful structures in our lives, beautiful opportunities, right? Because something is going, you're going to attract something, or the spider is attracting, like the prey, right? So you're attracting, you're like setting up everything so that what you desire, your twin flame union, is coming to you. That's what the spider is doing, right? The spider is a difficult animal, I agree. It's not always so positive, but when you look at the beauty of this structure here, of this web, then you could clearly also see that this is on the level of the subtle matter. This is what we are creating, right, with our energy in order to draw in, to magnetize something specific. And so, yeah, it to me, it makes something visible that otherwise is invisible, right? And so we tend to say, well, that's not real, but you like intending to be with your twin flame, you like intending to experience health on all levels, you intending to experience love and peace on all levels. This is creating this, setting up this web, right? This energetic web, and it, you cannot fail, right? And the universe will always show you what things are still out of alignment, right? With this, because when you bounce here or something comes in, then the whole structure is going to bounce, right? And the spider is going to feel every movement that is happening here. And the same with our lives. So every little imbalance, everything that comes our way is like, we can feel that. Some things resonate, right? Feel good. Some other things do not resonate. So it's a good, I think it's a very good metaphor. Yeah, and with the love of life, right, that we are prisoners of so many circumstances, but that's our own prison, right? Like the Eight of Swords in the tarot, where the lady is sitting in the middle of 8 swords with a blindfold on, I think. And it's a perceived prison, right? Because you can just begin to open that door to walk out of your prison in your mind, and that's where it all starts, right? And to me, this is also saying, like, be kind to yourself, like be a parent to yourself. I don't know if this seems to be like a kid, a child dolphin, right? A little dolphin with mother or father. And you have to be the mother and the father that you maybe did not have, right? And if you cannot be a mother or father for yourself, then ask the divine to jump in. Divine is a wonderful mother and a wonderful father, and is really providing everything for you. And you can even go back in time and ask the divine to be there for you when you had a hard time in your childhood. Do that, try that. Go back in time, maybe when you were age 4 or even younger, and ask the divine to be that mother and that father, and provide you with all the things that you desired back then and maybe didn't receive, right? It's always about attention, of course, right? That sometimes parents, they have not been able to give us what we need. They have their own struggles. They're caught up in their own web, right? And yeah, and so it's not always, we're not hurt always on purpose by other people, but still it's hurtful, right? Still we carry that wound. It's not about blaming anyone. It's very important to know that. But I have to say this, if you feel blame, then of course you have to deal with that, right? Don't push it away. That's not what I mean. You're allowed to feel every feeling, right? Nothing is excluded. You really feel your feelings, whatever it is. It's just, in speaking more general, there is no need for blame, right? Blame is not so, yeah, it doesn't make so much sense. But as a feeling, as something that you have stored as an energy, your anger, and that's absolute valid, right? You have to feel that and to work through that. Yeah, self-awareness. Look how beautiful this fox is. I mean, that's also, it's talking about cleverness and also intelligence, a lot of intelligence. And yeah, I think the fox is smart, right? He's a very smart being, and that's how we see him. And we have this kind of intelligence, really, when we think of the fact that we only use, I don't know how much percent, but a very small percentage of our brain capacity, right? And that a lot is going on subconsciously, right? And so this is, to me, like talking about the awareness, to have the awareness to really use all the capacity that we have, and to trust that this is not just some gray mass that we don't need, but that this is in fact something that we as spiritual beings, and the more we are like diving into our spiritual aspects and our spiritual gifts, the more we also use every capacity that we have, right? Think of telepathy, think of receiving information, of downloading information, of connecting to other beings, of connecting to spirit, right? Connecting to high beings. Me now, for example, like connecting to you, and also like feeling a little bit into who you are, what you need to know. Those are all things that are way beyond what we do each and every day usually, right? Yeah, so what do you want? What would you like written on your tombstone? Well, I think that this is another prison, right? This is another prison when we think of our lives to be to end, right? Because this is something that is, for some of us, could take away this joy of life, love of life, or could, like, if we believe that we only have this one life, then yeah, we're ready to sacrifice a lot of things in order to enjoy or to get the most out of this life. But in fact, when we shift our consciousness to the fact that we are eternal beings, and that we are vibrating and living into all eternity, then we would not bother about the tombstone. We would bother about other things. We would not imprison anyone, right? We would not ourselves, not an animal, or we would just like be in a constant dialogue with nature, with the animals, and with everything around us. And we would not just take, but we would maybe have to take, because we also have to nurture ourselves and to eat and drink. But we would maybe like go back to those habits of asking if we can take something, right? Yeah, so when you're alone, what do you do? And this is very much also talking about the tombstone, right? This loneliness, this aloneness, which is very much separation consciousness, because you are not alone and you are not separate, but maybe you cannot feel that yet, right? yeah, and Spirit wants you to know that that you are not alone, and that everything outside of you is in fact a reflection. So if you experience aloneness, then this is for a reason, and you would like rather have to explore this and to heal this and to love yourself in that place, and then shift to other more to nicer aspects, right? To experience like the fullness of life, the beauty of life, the the beauty of who you are, in fact, the beauty of the being that you are, and everything that comes with what you desire, right? Your desires are already there. You're clever enough, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're more intelligent than a computer or whatever. You just everything you think, everything you feel, everything you vibrate, everything you do, this has so many effects, right? So the animals also, and the dolphins, but also this fox, they remind me of playfulness. And I think it's good to explore life in a, and also the union, right, and the twin flame journey in a more playful way. This seems hard for us when we are in the beginning of the journey and we don't feel so playful because we feel all the pain and the wounds and this longing. But really, playfulness is a key. It also comes with lightheartedness, right? Not taking life so serious, and that's very, very important. And our counterparts, they feel this heaviness, and they have they are really looking for this flow of life, for this constant manifesting of the pure essence of all the things that benefit you, of all the things that come easy to you, and that feel joyful and lighthearted, right? Playful. That's what our counterparts are looking for, and they can sense that we are not in this place, right? Then that's where we need to go. That's we can just set the intention, right? When we are not there yet, that's totally fine, but just so that we know where we are going, right? And don't give up. When the spider, when something is like destroying this web, then the spider would immediately like work on repairing everything. Right? So it's always about persisting and keep going in the direction of love and joy, peace, abundance, and freedom and joy. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I wish you a very beautiful day. Stay tuned for the next video. And yeah, take care, everyone. Bye for now.